Hey, it's Rachel Adelicia, and this is Sunday Chronicles. My loves, there's a lot going on, right? We're still in the midst of a global pandemic, and we are trying to take care of each other and wear our masks and all those good things and stay healthy and all those things. There's also well, if you're in the United States, but pretty globally, a fight for racial and social justice, which has been long overdue. And you may be participating in protests or doing the work at home and sending petitions and giving money and all those things. All are valid. But it's a lot, right? I'll be very honest. The past few weeks, I had gotten maybe a little bit depressed and a little bit anxious. Wanting to do my part and doing all the things, but just feeling incredibly overwhelmed and incredibly, I don't want to say lost, but kind of like I don't know what to do. It just felt like a lot to get through the day. I'll be really, really honest. So, because I didn't want to live like that, I didn't want to not feel like I was doing enough. I didn't want to feel like I wasn't giving the blog enough. I didn't want to feel like I was not doing my part. I kind of did some things this week that really helped me mentally, and I wanted to share them with you. Not that I have the answers. Therapy might be great for everyone at this moment, but just sharing with you kind of what I've taken on or how I've started to look at things and how they have helped me be my best, hopefully everywhere. The first thing I did, which is hard and is a daily thing, is I have come to peace, or trying to come to peace, with the fact that I don't think we're getting outside anytime soon. That really and truly the COVID-19 is here. It's big and it's a thing. And so I think there was a part of me that was like, for the first 2 weeks of lockdown, it was, okay, I'm in and it's fine and I'm an introvert and I can do all these things and I can work at home. Not a big deal. But as it kept going on, it did feel like overwhelming, and not just the scary medical aspects, but like we're human beings, and there's a great essay out about the myth of certainty, how we all like to plan, right? Even if you're not a planner, we like to plan because it gives you something to look forward to, and it feels like, oh, I'm doing the things. So I think there was a part of me who was not planning, because I was like, well, I don't know when I'll get out. Like, I shouldn't start doing my filing here because, oh my goodness, what if, in October I'm going to be traveling and I'm going to be doing all these things. And so what I started telling myself is I'm just going to plan to be in the house till 2021. That's it. And that's hard. I mean, I'm going to have to give up thinking about trips and worrying about certain things. But then it's also freed me to do things in the house that I'd maybe been avoiding, like doing my files and redoing our backyard, which I'm excited. We're going to turn it into an oasis, and doing things around the house. If I'm not investing in what I can be doing outside, traveling and going places, I can invest in making my home really, really work for me. So it's kind of a win. And then I can also work on, if I need to see my friends, if I need to stay in touch with them, I've been kind of putting off some things like, well, I can still travel and I'll still go see my friends. Well, then being like, hey, we might be inside till 2021, just kind of accepting that. Then how can I be a better friend? How can I call and write and set up, socially distanced things? How would that be better? In a sense, what I'm saying is that for me, mentally, it has helped me this week to say to myself, I'm going to plan on being in the house till 2021. And then if we get out before, yay, it's exciting, it's new, it's fun, it'll be fine. The second thing I've done is I have really and truly doubled down on my self-care. And that doesn't just mean face masks and rosé, even though very valid. It means I had kind of gotten to the habit of almost being like a college kid again. I was staying up late, not doing anything. I mean, seriously, sometimes I was just like down rabbit hole shopping, and sometimes I was just watching Murder, She Wrote or The Golden Girls, and sometimes I was just, I can't even tell you, doing nothing, but staying up till like 1 or 2 and then sleeping till whenever. And while that's fun and it's okay occasionally, I wasn't being my best because I wasn't on a schedule. And much like a 3-year-old, I kind of need a schedule. So I have put myself on a bedtime. I try to be in bed at a certain time or around a certain time and get up around a certain time. And even if I'm not doing things, that helps me. And then the occasional night when I can stay up late or sleep in, it feels like a treat and not just like randomness. It means I've also doubled down on my diet. And that doesn't mean like to lose weight or to do this or to do that, but I'm a snacker. Like, I can snack all day and not really eat meals. So then all of a sudden when it gets to be 6 p.m. and I'm cranky and I have a headache because I realize I've only eaten carrot sticks and crackers all day, it's not good. So to change the world, to be a better person, I have to fuel myself, which means I have to take care of myself. It's like being your own mom, you know, like I'm making sure I take my vitamins. I'm making sure that I drink enough water. I'm making sure I eat well. Because taking care of myself is how I can help both or everything that we have going on. Someone also said to me recently that it's a great time to double down on whatever spiritual practice you have. I have, and it's helped, so there's that. I've also done a couple weird things, is that I've pulled out 2 books that are now upside down. Sorry, I'm a mess. My planner and my journal, which seems a little bit odd because, again, if I'm planning on being in the house, I might not need to write everything down. But I do still have work appointments. I do still have, like, my workouts and when I cut my hair and different stuff like that that I can write down that, again, keeping me accountable to me has been good for me. And ironically, when we first went into lockdown, the pandemic was really becoming a big thing. Someone said, oh, it's important to journal because we're living through history. And then as everything continues to happen, we are living in really quite truly like the biggest social studies chapter ever. And I had forgotten to journal. Now, normally, I don't write, but I try to write down at least 3 to 5 things I'm grateful for a day. And then how I'm feeling or kind of just in general what's going on, even if it's just like a personal thing, like, hey, I'm mad at, so-and-so, or this person made me feel really good, or whatever. And kind of just like a global overview. And as I've gotten back to that, I've realized that it helps me process things if I can just write them down. I also talk, because clearly I talk a lot. So if you ever see me out walking and I have my headphones on and I'm talking, I may not be on the phone. I may just be voice recording myself, but just kind of getting it out there so then I can be like, oh, okay, I processed that. Moving on. So those are some things that have really, really helped me, and I would love to know what has helped you. And the funny thing is that when I, about a week ago, kind of decided like I needed to double down and take care of myself so I could be a better ally, so I could be more health conscious, so I could be the person I wanted to be, so I could be a better blogger. I was kind of like, I feel like this is stupid. Like, I feel like this is stuff that I should be doing anyway, and I shouldn't, we shouldn't have to talk about this. But I think we do, I think we have to sometimes remind ourselves that we do have to take care of ourselves and we have to take care of each other. And as much as, it sounds fun to just kind of let everything go. And when I was, staying up late and snacking all day, it wasn't necessarily that I was in a bad place. It's just that I wasn't being my best self. And ironically, the more structure I've brought back to my life, the more I'm like, okay, let me double down on the things that work for me. The more the joy I've found kind of everywhere. Like, it's let me have more joy in my outfits because all of a sudden I'm not worried about like, well, what if I need to save this for this occasion? Or what if this is happening? I just wear what I want now. I wear what makes me happy during the day. And yes, there are days when I've changed like 4 times. But it's been fun, There are days when I stay in my yoga pants all day. And that's fun too. But that's how I'm taking care of myself right now. Because that's how I feel like I can also be the best help I can be for our global situation right now. So, again, what are you doing to take care of you? How are you meeting the moment right now in a way that's good for you? I would love to hear about it. And I am wishing us a week of taking care of ourselves, taking care of each other, and amazing shoes.